Now let's see an implementation of a sealed class. The syntax to declare that a class is sealed: the sealed keyword is used as a prefix to the class definition. Public sealed class customer stats is a sealed class. The customer info class tries to inherit the customer stat class, but it gives a compilation error. You can't do this because the customer stat class is a sealed class. This example generates a compile error. Since the customer stat class is sealed, it can't be inherited by the custom info class. The customer stat class was meant to be used as an encapsulated object in another class. This is shown by the declaration of the customer stat object in the customer class. Now let's discuss about polymorphism. Polymorphism is reflected in the ability to write one routine that can operate on objects from more than one class, treating different objects from different classes in exactly the same way. Polymorphism is the capability of a program to carry out dynamic operations by implementing methods of multiple derived classes through a common base class interface. Another definition of polymorphism is the ability to treat different objects in the same way. This means that the runtime type of an object determines its behavior rather than the compile time type of its reference. Now let's see an example how C# implements polymorphism. Here I have declared some classes. The drawing object class works as the base class. It has a draw method and it prints I am just a generic draw object. And there's another class called line. It inherits the drawing object class and therefore it overrides the drawing object class's draw method and it prints I am a line. This is another class called circle. It also inherits the drawing object class. Therefore it overrides the draw method and it prints I am a circle. Finally, the square class also inherits the drawing object class and also it overrides the draw method. It prints I am a square. Now this drawing object class will be the base class for other objects to inherit from. It has a single method named draw. The draw method has a virtual modifier. The virtual modifier indicates to derived classes that they can override this method. The draw method of the drawing object class performs a single action of printing the statement I am just a generic drawing object to the console. Here in the main method I have declared an array of drawing objects which has 4 elements, and for that 4 elements I have declared 4 separate objects, one from the line class, one from the circle class, one from the square class, and one from the base class which is the drawing object class. And by using a for each loop I will be calling all the draw methods of the above objects. Now let's see what the result would be. This is our compiled output. Now let's compare our results with the draw method calls of the 4 objects. First, the line object calls the draw method. Then it prints I am a line, which means it prints the draw method of the line class. And secondly, I am a circle. This is the output of the draw method of the circle object. I am a square is the output of the draw method of the square object. And finally, I am just a generic drawing object is the output of the draw method of the base class, which is the drawing object class. This example demonstrates that polymorphism is the capability of a program to carry out dynamic operations by implementing methods of multiple derived classes through a common base class interface.